All right, guys, I'm Brent.
I'm Grace.
And we are Brace Yourself.
Today we are partnering with Sugarlands Distillery to do a Roaming Man whiskey tour and a Behind the Stave cocktail tour. These are two new offerings. They've only been open for about 6 weeks, so we're really, really excited to check them out and make sure that it's up to drinking standards.
We're going to do a little drinking, learn a little something, and have a good time.
Let's do some shining. All right, everyone, we are in the middle of the Sugarlands Distilling Company. We are at one of the sipping posts. It's not being used right now, so we can actually kind of show off what's here. Anytime you do a sipping tour, you go through each and every single one of these drinks. So there's 12 drinks. Now, let you in on a little secret. They do usually give you a 13th one that is a pre-made cocktail that they sell in the back bar as well. Usually those are like pineapple upside down cake, things like that. We've never had a bad premix, and there's even been some that had tea in them, and I still drink them. So every single day the lineup changes slightly. So like some of them you're gonna get every single time you come here. One of those is the Appalachian apple pie. It's one of their best sellers for good reason, because it tastes like a caramel apple. So that one is always, always, always on the menu. And then they always do 4 different creams. Today's lineup of creams is probably one of my favorite mixes. Chocolate coffee, peanut butter, birthday cake, and mint chocolate chip. Like, I almost handpicked this lineup, really, you know. Peanut butter and chocolate back to back. It's like Reese's Cup heaven. So, you know, we're going to do a couple of tours today. I don't know if we're going to get back to the sipping post because, you know, we sipped a little too much yesterday, as we always do in Gatlinburg. That's what it's like when you start out, just a normal basic experience here at Sugarlands. $5 each, you get the coupon. It's the best deal of the century. This is what the tasting looks like. You get lined up next to all of your best friends to do some drinking. Along the walls are every single one of their flavors that they have out. Sometimes they will put out different ones depending upon the season. So right now in the summer, that sweet tea is out, and they'll have merch to go with it. So that's kind of a fun little different shirt that may not be as stereotypical moonshiny as you might think. Then you have all of your creams here. Banana pudding, also another delicious flavor. This summer must be cowgirl themed because I've seen a lot of different cowgirl inspired things and costumes and shirts and hats and drinking things. One of the best things you can buy here for your moonshine is a pour spout, because when you are pouring these jars, they tend to get a little bit messy. So when you go and you get your jars, pick at least one of these up. Just do it. You won't regret it. Another thing that they sell here is candles of some of their smells. This is the butter pecan. Truthfully, if I had to close my eyes and smell this, I would think I was transported to a pumpkin patch with a caramel latte and was going apple picking later, because it smells like fall. Even though it's butter pecan, it's fall in a glass. I would burn that in my house all night long. Then along the back wall is some of their higher proof drinks. So the American Peach, Rye Apple, and the Corn Whiskey. These are a little bit stronger, but they'll do the job. Over here are some glass pints for sale. This is usually where they will put things that they have on sale. We've been here before where they had cocktails or some different moonshine on sale. One time they were rebranding all of their cream, and so the old logos were going for sale for cheap. It was a great deal to get in on. They do have a very wide selection of merchandise here. I like that they sort it by color. Here's some of that fun merchandise I was telling you that's kind of like cowgirl party themed. I don't consider myself a cowgirl. I'm just not. But I would drink out of one of these. So even more, they have a lot of mixtures of retro type clothes, like that logo over there and the turquoise shirt. That's awesome. I could see Brent wearing that because it's a little bit of a throwback. So they kind of like to diversify their merch every once in a while. They even have started selling their own awalas. This is the most tempted I've ever been to get a water bottle that I couldn't use every day of my life. Because, you know, can't drink this at school, but I would be tempted. I love an awala.
Want to talk about bales?
Oh, I would love to talk about my husband. They do sell a High Rock vodka that old Dale Jr. and his wife make.
Slide on.
If you know anything about me, which, I mean, honestly, no, you don't know this about me. I love Junior. I don't know what it is. It doesn't make sense, but he's my hall pass. We are going to be doing the Roaming Man Whiskey Tour as well, and here's a look at all of their whiskeys that they offer. So if you are a connoisseur of whiskey, don't think you have to be in Kentucky to get some good ones. They do have a back bar here at Sugarlands where you can come and have a cocktail or even just a shot of something that you liked. They will sometimes have live music out here. We've even been here before when they had a private party that we did not get to be a part of. I've tried a lot of these cocktails. They're delicious, and after you finish a tasting, you'll be feeling happy and free. Hey, like this video, you know you do. Give us a little feedback, give us a little comment. We read them, we respond to them, both Brent and I, but give it a like.
Here we go, we're starting a tour. We're headed on into the Speakeasy.
Moonshiners only.
There you go, that's it.
Oh yeah, definitely Speakeasy.
Yeah, for sure.
The first part of the Behind the Stave tour has you in a waiting room until you do the right steps to be granted entry into the Speakeasy, just like the olden days. Immediately when you step into the Speakeasy, you are completely immersed and feel as though you've gone back in time, perhaps even to the Prohibition era.
So, we do it in 2 parts whiskey, so 1 part mixed. And then you'll notice you got something laying on top of your glass there. So we're going to go ahead and smoke those old fashions for you with some white American oak. If you do not want your old fashioned smoke, go ahead and just take that whole smoker off and set it to the side. Okay, you guys want to though, I'm going to come around and start getting it going.
The first cocktails guests enjoy on the Behind the Stave tour is a smoked old-fashioned, which everybody knows is my favorite. During the tour, you are a part of the experience the whole time. Each person has a tray at their seat of different drink enhancements that you get to add yourself to each of the cocktails along the way.
It's delicious. It is smooth. It is smoky. Got fresh orange on top of there. Makes all the difference. This might be the best old fashioned I've had in in Gatlinburg yet. It does have a little bit of a cinnamon flavor to it. It's sweet. I don't know how Brent feels about it since he's not a whiskey man, but I could have these all night long. I'd be a roaming man then.
Inside the Speakeasy, there are barrels of whiskey that Sugarlands mix. They are only available to those on tours, which we learned all about during our roaming man experience. Stay tuned for that footage. This small, intimate space makes participants forget that they are in the Smokies instead of Chicago in the 1920s.
The next one we have is a very sweet, very refreshing one. So this one is made by taking fresh mint leaves, fresh lemon. We do about, for one cocktail, about a quarter of a lemon, so about 2 or 3 slices of lemon, some fresh mint, muddle that with some margarita mix. Thank you, guys. And then you just pour in our 70 proof Mark Rogers American Peach. Throw it in a shaker for a couple of minutes, couple seconds. And then just double strain it into a glass. This one is called a peach smash. Thank you.
In case you don't know what you do with mint.
Great, I know.
Now wake it up. Wake up. Wake up. That's refreshing. I can definitely taste the peach in it, but it's not overwhelming. This is a very well-balanced cocktail. I would drink this every day of the summer, which is probably not the best idea for me, but I'd be taking this recipe home. Trying the Cosmopolitan. Am I on 6 in the city? No, I'm in Gatlinburg. I can definitely taste the cranberry juice. I have a feeling Brent's gonna like this. Cosmos are not my favorite. The orange is really strong on this. It's good though. It'll get you there.
Last but not least on this cocktail tour is one of everyone's favorite trends, espresso martinis, with a moonshine twist, that is.
Thousands of eyes will see you mess up, no pressure.
Oh, it's perfect.
Nah, it's off center.
Nope, it's good. I saw it. It was perfect.
I believe in you. Is it off center or is it just?
If this can be an espresso martini
But
for
look.
her, then that can be perfect for you.
Okay. I will believe in the you that believes in the me.
Atta kid.
He's the most positive. Their version. I'm spilling. Their version of an espresso martini. Oh yeah. It's espresso, their chocolate coffee moonshine, and their high rock vodka featuring my boyfriend, Dale Jr. It's well balanced, it's delicious. The only thing I wish I had is maybe like a little piece of chocolate to go with it. It's perfect and hits the spot. We just finished part 1 of our tasting experience at Sugarlands. It was behind the Stave.
Yep.
Stave.
Stave. Behind the Stave.
I am again speechless on this trip because it was so much fun. This is definitely my type of experience, not necessarily Brent's, because I love experiences. The speakeasy aspect of it was so much fun. And the little room that you walk through, and then you sit in and you sit down and you immediately see that you are going to be a part of the experience because you have the tray of the little garnishes that you're going to be putting into your drink yourself. That's really fun. You learn some history while you get to have drinks. You get 4 drinks for $25 a person. That's a really good deal, especially in Gatlinburg.
Because they're really, for the most part, full-size drinks.
They were full-size drinks.
Yeah.
Like, they told us that they were like half cocktails, but I was like, oh, this old-fashioned is a full one. Like, I've gotten less of an old-fashioned
way less for way
somewhere
more.
else.
No.
So $25 for 4 drinks is a great price, especially in Gatlinburg. I liked 3 of the 4 drinks. The Cosmopolitan was not my favorite. It reminded me a little bit of Jungle Juice from college, which if you know anything about that, like,
You'll never forget it, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
you'll never forget it. But the other
Yeah.
3 drinks were really refreshing and delightful. Again, it was
Yeah.
much more of a me experience than a
Yeah.
Brent experience, but he suffered through for
I
the
did.
art.
I suffer for the art, for you guys, and for her. I'll do anything in the world to make her happy,
He will,
including
though.
sitting in a dark, quiet room with jazz music playing in the background while she sips cocktails way too slowly for my taste. It was fun. It was a good time. After the 3rd cocktail and it got a little loosened up, then a lot more talking and entertaining. I'm not a cocktail or liquor guy at all. You know me, I'm a beer guy. So we had the old fashioned first. I thought that it was, way too strong. I don't like whiskey
I was like,
at all.
this is sweet
So
and delicious.
I know that makes me not a great man's man, but I don't care for the taste of whiskey. I don't like old fashions.
You
For what
drink
it was,
beer.
it was good. I had, it was one of the better old fashions that I've had. That still doesn't mean I enjoyed it though. The second drink that we had, the peach smash, I did actually love that one.
really
I would have
good.
drank 4 of those if they gave
I
me
would
the
drink that on
opportunity.
a hot summer day.
Right. The third one was the
Cosmopolitan.
Cosmo. That was none of it. There wasn't really anybody of the 12 or 10 of us that enjoyed it.
Yeah.
A couple of them drank it because they were just more used to. They were right out of college and just
Yeah.
used to those flavors. That was the one that got left behind the most.
By a lot of people,
and the
yeah.
espresso martini one at the end was good. It was,
Everybody enjoyed
yeah,
that.
not always not my favorite, but it was good. So one of the drinks I really loved, one of them I really hated, and the other 2 were good, just not really my style. But it was an experience, like Grace said. It was a fun time with her. We're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to do the whiskey tasting and try that one. I'm not expecting to be all that excited about that one either, since
he
I've
doesn't
already
like
said I'm
whiskey.
not a whiskey guy.
But this is definitely a unique thing that you can do if you are here in the Smokies, particularly Gatlinburg, because
Yeah.
the Smokies encompass a lot of area, and you want to drink and you want to have fun. A lot of people don't show that part of Gatlinburg, but it is a growing and booming part of Gatlinburg and the Smokies. So we embrace it. We
Yep.
have fun. I would recommend doing this experience. The director of marketing, is that what his title is, maybe?
Probably.
He told us that people are already booking that experience through October. So
Yeah.
book it online. Do it. It's worth it. It's fun. It's a memory. You'll enjoy it if
Yep,
you
give it a
enjoy
try.
some finer things in life.
But stick around for the second half of this video. The next,
Part 2.
as soon as we come back from this commercial break, we're going to be showing you tomorrow's
Wouldn't it be
episode.
Awesome if an ad just played
Yeah, it'd be pretty
here.
awesome. Right? Yeah.
Most importantly, still is running today. Company says to tell you, don't touch the copper still because the oils in your hand will stain it. I'm telling you, don't touch the copper still because it's 200 degrees and it will burn the crap out of you. Come on in, guys. And it's a little cooler back here. Don't feel bad for me, guys. I spent 30 years in corporate America. I have a computer science degree. I was an IT vice president for Bank of Louisiana before I retired and moved here 9 years. Guess which job is more fun? Guys, in these jars, you see rye, Tennessee white corn, and malted barley. These are our grains that we use to make Rummy Man. Rummy Man is a rye whiskey because it is predominantly rye grain. It's 51% rye. Yes, it is a rye whiskey and not a bourbon. Those grains are all locally grown right here in Tennessee. We're very proud of that. Also means our grains never see the inside of a rail car, picking up dust, picking up bugs, picking up rocks. It's going from the harvesting combine into a truck to our facility out in Kodak, where we do most of our big production now. We'll talk a little bit about it when we get to the room. I've got another video presentation. You'll see some pictures of that facility out there. That's where most of our production happens. It's also where our brick house is, where we age over barrels of whiskey. You guys will see a little bit of the video presentation. Hot still, very good at producing really good flavors out of your grains, getting your oils, your congeners, all these things that make great flavors in your whiskey. Really efficient at doing that. What it's not very efficient at is producing really high proof alcohol.
Although the Roaming Man tour starts in a different room, you get to enjoy the Speakeasy just like during the Behind the Stave tour. Similarly to the first tour, guests walk in and have an array of items waiting for you to use throughout the experience, which you will learn more about from our wonderful tour guide, Justin.
White sugar, a little bit of molasses left in it still. I'm gonna sprinkle a little tray of it like that, right there. And with my gloves on, I didn't touch it with my bare hands. What we're doing is sprinkling that sugar in the raw on top of these fresh orange slices. Okay? Anybody getting a clue yet of what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna set them on fire.
You got it. You got it. You guys have heard of creme brulee.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where the best creme brulee in the country is? Well, my hometown. Yeah. They got a pretty good one on the other end of Gatlinburg. They got a place called Park Grill.
Mm-hmm.
Does a Jack Daniels creme brulee. And I asked them because I didn't taste the Jack in the custard. Oh no, we don't put the Jack in the custard. We spray our sugar crystals with Jack Daniels before we char it. Oh, okay. Sign me up for one of those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm telling you, best creme brulee I've had outside of my hometown. Bar none. Crazy good. And they're right at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. And they even do like small ones, so if you're
no.
not like I'm just telling people that might not have big appetites, they make an individual size one.
That one that's that big.
That's true. I'm not judging you. It's just after an 8-ounce steak, I can't have that much.
Sugar on the oranges, flames on the sugar, and I like to do mine like really dark brown. I like creme brulee, crispy, caramelized sugar. You will also notice as I'm heating these guys up, I'm hitting the edge of the orange slice as well. That's going to draw oils out of that orange slice and char those as well. That smell should start to hit in about right now. And you do this in front of your friends when you're having a dinner party and they all think you went to some bougie like bartender's class or something. Guys, it's sugar in the raw, orange slices, and a creme brulee torch. Like, don't get carried away. And you know what? Everybody's like, where do I get a cool torch like that? Food supply house, sketchy gas stations. What? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all laugh at that
You're
stuff.
not
Nobody
wrong.
ever tells me that's not true. That's going to change the scent and taste of that thing quite a bit because you're going to get that charred sugar, charred orange note in your nose. If it should fall off the ice cube and land in your glass, even better. That caramelized sugar is going to go in there, give you some really different, unique flavors in there. When you enter the national park from Gatlinburg, you're in the Sugarlands Valley. That was a residential area in the park before it became a national park. Got its name because there was a whole bunch of sugar maple trees that grew in that area. So that's where the Sugarlands name comes from. Okay? If you go into the national park that way, the first visitor center you see is the Sugarlands Visitor Center. Please don't stop in there and ask those people for moonshine or whiskey. They didn't hear you. Next up, guys, this should also look very familiar to you. We just talked about these things, for God's sakes. 250-gallon still in the front window, 2 years, outgrew it, needed something bigger. 750-gallon still that we talked about during the tour. Took 6 to 9 months for our friends at Vendome to build that for us. All the equipment you saw in the other room, all built by Vendome Copper Brassworks in Louisville, Kentucky. We're proud to have their stuff. They're responsible for about 85% of the commercial spills used in distillation around the world. They do fabulous work. It's all custom designed to your specifications and done by hand. Left to right. I need somebody with open one backwards. It's okay. You can do it however you want.
No.
No. It's all
No.
jazz. It's all right. Left to right. Grandpa's pipe tobacco. English breakfast tea. Dried stone fruit. Vanilla bean. Allspice. If you're smelling your whiskey and all you're smelling is tobacco, pick up the jar of tobacco, smell your whiskey again. Your nose will automatically go to something different. Same thing when you're sampling the whiskey. Like you're tasting a whole bunch of vanilla in it, you can't get it past that vanilla, smell the vanilla beans, it'll make you taste something different. It's weird how your nervous system works with sensory elements. Okay? Want to do a little fast? I'm just giving you a hard time. It's okay. It's all right. You're the only one who's got any left, I think. You do. Oh, you got one. Yeah, I like to
Just
see
means
it.
you can pour another for the rest of us.
Guys, I'm looking for what your palates are picking up. I personally, with that one, get a lot of citrusy kind of oils. Very oily, very thick. I get some citrus notes in it. Back end of it, sweeter notes, like not a lot of caramel and maple, but like honeysuckle.
Definitely
And
citrus.
I get a very distinct, and it sounds very bougie with a lot of my friends who chefs in New Orleans. I get a very distinct brown butter in the middle of the palate. Hold the other nostril closed, but just stop when you get to that first nostril on that side. And make a note in your head of what you're smelling, whether it's sweet or savory. You're either gonna pick up like caramel, maple, vanilla, or you're gonna pick up smoked pipe tobacco, leather, oak, right? Go for it.
Ready? Shoulder.
Once you do that,
Nose.
switch hands and do it from the other side and stop with the other nostril. And if you smelled smoky the first time, you're gonna smell sweet the next time.
Exactly.
That is called nasal dominance. It is not that one nostril can smell something that the other cannot. It is that one nostril right now is more sensitive to odors and smells than the other. That will change throughout the day. That will distinctly change throughout the day. You walk out of this building, some dude steps in front of you in Gatlinburg and lights up a pipe, and you get a big face full of pipe tobacco. You're gonna change nasal dominance. You stand next to a campfire for 10 minutes. You go stand someplace where you can smell burners cooking in the kitchen, and you get that smoke in your nose. It's gonna change it. And your palate and your mouth does the same thing. Your palate when you're drinking whiskey changes day to day, hour to hour. Because of what you eat, what you drink, what you snack on, if you smoke, if you don't. That all affects your palate, how you interpret flavors, okay? If you have drank whiskey for longer than 5 years and you've never done an infinity barrel, you are missing out. And notice I did not say it had to be expensive whiskey. I said whiskey you like. I have an infinity bottle at my house. It has some $125, $130 bottles of Booker's in it and some E.H. Taylor in it. It also has some Wild Turkey 101 that I paid $19 in it because it just tickled my fancy and I thought it was a really good bottle. It doesn't have to be expensive whiskey, just the stuff you like. You are custom creating a whiskey to your palate. Now, I always say this to people, if you have an infinity barrel or bottle, I might not like it. Chances are, if you were into whiskey enough to do an infinity bottle, I'm gonna like it. Unless you do something that's stupid, like put a whole bunch of scotch in it. You're gonna hold it on the edge of that hook. When it gets to up here, stop it on top of it off for you. And it's gonna be an inverse pump. So we're priming it now. And when you pull it up again, it's gonna start dropping. We'll spill it. Exactly. Now, those of you that are buying your own bottles, we are going to seal these things with a cork and wax. Do not leave this thing in a hot car all day. It will develop pressure, pop your bottle, and you will have whiskey all over the cupboard in the back of your car. And that'll make for a really interesting conversation with the Gatlinburg Police Department. I'm driving through the park one day after work going home, and I had spilled whiskey all over my shirt my last round. All over it. And I was going a little too fast and looked up and there were blue lights in my mirror. Guys, when you're in the national park, that's federal charges. That's federal jurisdiction, that is Rangers only. Ranger pulls me over. I roll down the window, I'm like, yeah, I know, I was going a little fast, I got carried away, I was listening to music, blah, 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 blah. He's like, you smell like alcohol, sir. Have you been drinking today? I'm like, no, sir, I have not. I work at a distillery in Gatlinburg. And he goes, like that. Yeah. And I turned around and looked at him and I went, Joe? He went, Justin? I'm like, yeah, dude, I served you whiskey like 2 days ago. Yeah, man, you can go, never mind. Like, I know what you do, it's okay. Yeah, I don't know how you trademark a wax drip. To me, that's like trademarking the letter E. Like, how the hell do you do that? But they have. And if I let you leave here and that wax is dripped down the side, and you send them a picture, we get a cease and desist letter. And if they get a second one, they get a default judgment against us because it's a registered trademark. If you guys notice, the Rummy Man label's got the little Rummy Man on it. There's a gentleman that was an explorer in the national park named Wiley Oakley. He became known as the Rummy Man of the Smokies. That's where our name comes from. This is a wax seal. In here with it, one of these on the front, I would put it kind of high up. You put the small label on the bottom and then spin it around with one of those on the back.
As you've seen, guests are able to fill a bottle of whichever whiskey sample they like best, seal it with wax, and label it yourself for $80. This extra tour enhancement is sure to be every whiskey fan's dream come true. Whiskey Roaming Man tour behind the scenes. It was a lot of information. I didn't know what to expect because it's a new thing.
Right.
So we learned a lot about how whiskey is made and the process that's specific to Sugarlands, which was really cool. I was actually kind of surprised at how much I enjoyed learning about the behind the scenes, because usually I'm like, just give me the drinks.
Just play the hits.
Just play the hits.
Yeah.
I like whiskey. It was a neat experience. The drinks are strong. So, like, if you are not a whiskey drinker, which Brent isn't, he was a champ, though. It's, it's strong.
Yeah.
They don't mess around.
Yeah.
It's good quality, though.
The best part, to me, since I'm not a whiskey person, the best part was just learning the behind the scenes. We got to hang out and hear from Justin the Pirate from New Orleans. We talked to him a ton. He was an awesome guy. Showed us all sorts of stuff about the whole process from the planting the crops all the way up till it ends up in your belly. We got to taste a few different things. We got to learn how to use our noses and our palates to taste stuff, as kind of douchey as that sounds.
I don't know if you can say douchey.
Oh, you can say it. Grace enjoyed the drinking part of it. I enjoyed the experience, but I left a lot to be behind. So if somebody came up and got to drink the dredges afterwards, you're welcome.
I don't think they put them in the infinity barrel,
Yeah,
but
No.
that's also a really cool thing. I didn't know anything about, I've only been drinking whiskey and bourbon for maybe like a year or so, maybe 2 at most. So I don't, have my own infinity barrel, but I might get
You
one
have an
now.
infinity gauntlet, though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
So,
but-
it's neat to know that that's a thing, and to try that one. That one definitely had the most flavor
Yeah.
and just offered a lot. So
In case we didn't explain what that was during the video, the Infinity Barrel, essentially they've taken like all of the different runs of whiskey that they've made throughout the time that they've been doing this. They get down to like the ends of the barrels and then they just kind of dump what's left over. Not the stuff that's been drank, the stuff that's just left in the barrel.
the little bit of the barrels.
The little stuff. Then it just kind of mixes together and melds. So you've got like, what do you say, like 9 different generations of different whiskey, or maybe, I can't remember for sure, but like this stuff was motor oil dark. It was caramely, and it was, everybody there
Robust.
felt like it was the most delicious of all of them there.
And you can
Also the
actually
most expensive.
bottle it yourself and take a bottle of that home, which is really cool. And they said that's the most popular one to bottle. So if you are a whiskey fan, definitely do this experience. It's really neat.
Try it out.
You get to try some good things.
Yeah.
And
The roaming
great.
man, the whiskey tasting part of it was only $10 a person.
Right.
And it was like, what, an hour and a half probably process?
Yes, an hour
so
and a half.
Between the learning and the drinking and the sitting, and we had a cocktail and sips and all that stuff.
you get a lot for your money.
Yeah, you're not going to get a better deal for that for the price.
You will not. So
yeah.
it's something fun, something new, and we definitely recommend both the Roaming Man Tour and the Behind the Stave experience.
Big shout out to DK and everybody here at Sugarlands. We appreciate you guys. We had an awesome time, and we can't wait to do it again.
We love you all, and we'll be back.
Deuces.
All right, guys, we are here at Sugarlands, our very favorite place on the Strip, and we are here with our favorite guy in the world. This is Rob. If you get a chance to get here and get a sampling with Rob, you do it 5 times in a week like what we do every time we're here.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. Come down here, see the hood poke, Rob Ham, all right? Rob stands for Rob, Ham stands for hard as a
Yeah.